Hello and welcome to a whole month of yoga with me, and I'm so excited to have you with me. It's going to be a wonderful journey of consistent practice. So if you know much about yoga or you know nothing about yoga, all is good. We're going to do yoga every single day for the next 31 days with the aim of creating or instilling a habit of having yoga as a consistent practice within your life, just seeing what joys it brings you throughout this month and what you're able to kind of cultivate. January is one of those months that we all kind of jump on board with the new fitness regime or, the diet or whatever it is. But truly, I honestly believe that you will reap so many benefits from really, giving yourself this chance to just explore and experience what it's like to practice yoga daily for the next month. So today's practice is all about creating the intention and clearing the slate of 2021 and dreaming the dreams for 2022. So we're quite familiar with like an intention setting ritual or a journaling activity. Maybe you already do quite a lot of this in your practice. This will come as second nature. If you are, quite new to this, just go with it. Give yourself the time and space to really invest into this practice, and don't kind of skip or jump the gun to, just take it down a step, slow it down, allow yourself to just see what's going to happen, what's going to come up in this practice. So for this practice, you're going to need a notebook, paper, a journal, and a pen. I recommend a pen that feels really good to write with. You get those nice flowy pens. It's a good one. You want to just kind of keep writing, keep doodling with it. Cup of tea, somewhere comfy to sit. And how it's going to work is I will deliver a question, a journaling prompt, and then on the screen, I'm going to give a pause and a time limit for you to write and to just see what comes out of you in answer to my question, to my journaling prompt. As we go through, it will become clear, if you want to spend more time on a certain question, by all means you do. If one question feels too long a time, you can skip through the video. And then the intention will arise at the end of the video. So at the end of the practice, I should say, something will become clearer to you as to what you want to aim for in 2022. So, when you're ready, let's start with a lovely deep breath in, just to settle everything down. If you feel you need to have a little movement, if you want to have a roll of the shoulders, of the head, if you want to dance it out to a favorite song to get the energy out so you can ground and come into the body, by all means, do so. If you feel you're ready where you're at, let's just take a breath together. So just shoulders roll back and down. Close the eyes and deepest inhale through the nose. And exhale to let go. Wonderful. If you need to have a few more breaths, please do. And when you feel ready, come to blink the eyes open and grab your pen and your notebook and open the page. And the first prompt, very simply, is what happened in 2021? Now, This is obviously a very broad thing, but it's to help us kind of tap in to the year that's passed. And I like to just take a little bit of time, go through, maybe jot down January, February, March, April, May, jot down the months and a word or so, something that stands out by each month. If it's hard to reflect back, because we're living in weird times, we have been, go into your camera roll, scroll all the way back up to January and look at the pictures that you took. And you maybe don't need to prompt or journal anything here, and simply just kind of looking back through those pictures will just jog your memory as to what happened this year. So that is it, simply what happened in 2021. So your next prompt is to go back over that first question, and I want you to pick out the highlights, the good things, the positives, the real heartwarming memories, and all the kind of things that we don't pay that much attention to, although we should. So we all have a negative bias within us. We kind of really focus on the negative. So here, go back over what you've just written and either just highlight, draw, tick, all those little points that you picked out that were really special highlight moments of the year. Okay, so just sticking for the last question with 2021. Now we've scanned through the year, now we've picked out its highlights and the positives it's given to us, I want you to just then see if you can think about the lessons you have learnt. What has 2021 taught you? What's been maybe a challenge that you've got through or you're still working through, but you have learned a lot on the process? We all live a roller coaster life with positives and negatives and hard work and things that just kind of come easy. But it's only through those kind of really testing times that we learn and we're able to grow. So I guess the question is twofold in what has challenged you, what have you learned, but what can you kind of look back on and think, I've really grown there, I've really developed or I've really learnt. And it's something that you'll take forward from now on with you. So what has 2021 taught you? So they were all the questions we had for 2021. Being able to think about the year that's passed, taking away all the good things, really focusing in on the positive, and also thinking about what we're going to take with us into the next year and what we're quite happy to leave behind. So sticking with that theme here now of what we want to take with us into the new year, the next journaling prompt is, in 2022, I will do more of. So I want us now just to write. We're going to have a 5-minute just free flow writing. This is a real great exercise when you will surprise yourself about what comes out. And don't judge what comes out. Don't question what comes out. Don't be hesitant. Write it down. Okay? 5 minutes, and then we're going to reflect back on what we've written before we go back on to our next question. Okay, so if you've not already, just take another moment to read over what you've written, and maybe a little smile to yourself of the things, that have maybe come up that you weren't expecting, or maybe you were expecting them and it's just so true and so solid within you that that's what you're going to achieve this year, or that's what you're going to do more of this year. So really this whole process is kind of, it's always within us. It's just allowing it to surface. And if we don't allow things to surface and we're not able to kind of vent them from the body in terms of writing, dance, music, art, just letting it be free, it kind of gets stagnant in there, and we get lost, and we don't really know, what is it we should do, this or that. And it's a great process to help make things clearer. That's the whole aim of the game. So your next prompt, that's my favorite, and I want you here to dream big. So my goals and my aspirations for 2022 are. My goals and my aspirations for 2022 are. And this is, nothing is too wild. You can write whatever comes to you. Don't play it down. Don't, say, oh, well, that's not achievable or possible, so I'm not going to write it down. Write it down. Things become real when they go onto paper. So my dreams, my goals, my aspirations for 2022 are. now we've dreamt big, it's there, it's on the page, it's now real. We're going to think about ways in which we can make them tangible. So as you go through, maybe there are some really wild dreams on there that actually, for 2022, they're not going to be achieved, but break it down, take it further back into a smaller step. And what is that first step that you need to do in order to achieve that bigger goal? And make it really, really tangible and achievable. So maybe just go through what you've written and choose something that stands out to you as one of your dreams, that stands out to you that you could work with now. And once you've picked it, I want you to write down as many ways, as many ideas, like a little planning board of what you could do to make that dream achievable. So maybe it's, you want a new house, your first house. So one of the ways is thinking about how you're going to save the money or whatever. Or maybe it's to do with a relationship, or maybe it's to do with a job, maybe it's to do with a creative project. Whatever it may be, know that it's valuable, it's important to you. It went down on your list. It went down on your dreams. So how can we make that possible? So I'm going to spend a few moments here really breaking it down. Think about your tangible steps to success for that dream. felt like a really powerful process that actually you have this dream and actually it's achievable by doing X, Y, Z. And you just gotta keep reminding yourself that you are in charge of your life. You are able to do whatever you want to do. Sometimes we look at people, in the Olympics or something, we think we could never do that, but they are normal human beings. They have dedicated, consistent, persistent practice and kept the focus there on that dream. When we focus in, anything is possible. So we just got to keep that at the forefront of our mind. We have goals, we have aspirations, and they can be achieved if we keep our focus there. So one of the ways in which we want to navigate our way through 2022 is by coming back to these dreams and making sure we're staying on track and keeping ourselves accountable for achieving that dream that we set out. Because so much of the time we can go off, we can start to waste time by second guessing ourselves, not believing in ourselves, and not trusting the process of that consistent, persistent practice, dedication to whatever it is that you want to achieve. But a big thing is we have our own belief in ourselves, but also we surround ourselves with the right people. So our next prompt here is to think not about us, but about other people around us. Who is in our life that we really, really value, we love, we trust, we adore, that we want to spend more time with them? Who is it in our life that actually brings life all the joys that it is? We can get so single-minded on one thing, but actually life is an amazing journey, and it's all about the people that we meet that open it up for us in different ways. So I want us to just take a pause of our own personal goals and think about who is it in our life that we want to give more time to in 2022. When you can spin that around in another way, and who is it in your life that you're going to give less time to in 2022? Who isn't bringing you the value, the purpose, the wealth, and the richness of life? Who's maybe sapping that from you? So maybe a few names will come up here and you can just journal around that. Or maybe it can be that there's someone, you have a feeling there's someone you've not met yet. And maybe you just journal about the potentials of who that person could be. And knowing that as we write, there's no stopping us in our flow of writing. There's no right, there's no wrong. Whatever comes out, and we honor that. So your next prompt is, who will be important to me in 2022? Okay, so we're coming to the end now. We've had a look at our dreams, our aspirations, what we want to take forward from last year into the new year, what we're going to let go of, who will be important to us in the next year, in the new year. And I wanted to now take bits of all of that and form it into something tangible and concise in terms of an intention. So a good way of starting this is I intend to, or in 2022, and keep it short. So the more clear-cut it is, the more it's going to be useful and powerful as well. When we start to make it long and wishy-washy, it's hard to kind of know what we're going to do with that, you know. In 2022, I will be... You finish it off. Really short prompt here is to turn that intention into an affirmation. And an affirmation is something that we can say to ourselves, and we regularly say it, we repeat it till it becomes truth to us. So maybe we start and it's the journey we want to go on to get to, but we already say that we can do it, and over time it becomes a part of us, and we truly believe that, you know, it is what we can do. So if your intention for 2022 that you wrote down was to be successful, in your business, then your affirmation will be, I am successful. Whatever you put as your intention, you're just going to put I am in front of it. And what happens is we're going to stick with that affirmation, and every time you go through your yoga practice, every time you sit down just to take a breath, you say that mantra to yourself. No matter what kind of crappy day you've had, if everything feels like it's gone off track and you are doing so well and you come back, you say your mantra, your affirmation to yourself, we carry back on that journey, that focus, that single-minded determination, consistent, persistent practice. So it does take a minute now to get that affirmation, I am, and write it down 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times, as many as you want to, into your journal, your 2022 journal. And this is what's going to stay with you. This affirmation is going to last with you for the year ahead, something that you're going to keep reflecting on and coming back to. You found that like a really kind of interesting, mind-opening, exploratory process to help you uncover and to help you kind of find a path for you and something that, you know, feel a bit more clear visioned on what you want to achieve this year. And kind of instead of just rolling into, you know, the next year, it's like, right, what do I want to get out of this? You know, we only have precious years on this planet, and we make the most of every single second, believing and loving the journey that we're on. And if we don't, what we're going to do to change it? You know, what we are in control, we have the power. So if there's things in your life that need to change, that's where we're working on. We're going to get that changed. Take it into those steps. What do we need to do to get there? And it's about coming back to this practice and really cultivating that sense of belief within you that you can do these things. It's not just others that can, you can. So I'm really looking forward to the month ahead. Our yoga practices, our fitness classes, our tutorials, our grounding sequences, all of the good stuff we've got coming ahead, but at all times keeping in the back of our mind that mantra that we've created, and always having that focus to see us through. So have a wonderful rest of your New Year's Day, and I will see you on the mat tomorrow.